We're welcoming Kelvin to the stage as he takes us on what's new in sales land. Please let's give a round of applause for Kelvin as he comes to the stage. Please have just 20 minutes, please.
Is it working now? Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're going to see how we're going to wrap this up in 20 minutes or less, all right? And you all could go have your lunch. But hope you've been enjoying all the sessions so far, yes? All good? All right. Thank you. So first things first, going to change the thing. So my talk, it's more of, I'm glad it's not very, very technical. It's more of what has happened in the sales ecosystem and what's new in sales land. In terms of, let me see if the clicker works. Okay, good, we're good. So what's new in sales land is going to be like a talk I plan to give every year at Sailsconf, mostly just showing to the ecosystem, both people who are already writing sales like myself, and also those that are out of the sales camp for now. All right. So we're going to talk about what I and the sales team of the ecosystem is working on, and what's in R&D, because like you or most of you will know, I always like having something on R&D. And so for introduction, my name is Kelvin. I'm the lead maintainer of sales. I created the boring JavaScript stack because why not? And I'm an indie hacker building Sailsconf and Hackfish.io. Yes, and more to earn 1.2, blah, blah, blah. So we are not making that money yet, so don't hold me to that. And I'm also a web development educator and ship less JavaScript consultant because I believe we should ship less JavaScript to the user. So these are the member of the sales core team. You saw Mike McLean in the morning in his keynote. Is the creator of sales and the benevolent dictator for life of the framework. Eric Shaw has been maintaining the framework as well long before I came in as the lead maintainer. All right. And so some quality of life improvements since I've joined the sales core team as a lead maintainer. Some of the things that has been done, little changes that were like pet peeves for me, but also big problem for other members of the community. We've made some changes to that. First of all, so we use the waterline ORM I mentioned yesterday in the workshop, and it has adapters. So the adapter for Mongo was on a very old MongoDB driver. And if you check the issue for it, people were pissed off. Were like, dude, I have to pay money more because you're an old version. And I was like, no, this can't stand. So I painstakingly migrated. The upgrade was a very interesting upgrade. A lot of learning moments on async JavaScript. But the Java has been updated and people are happy and they're enjoying the stuff. Also, the sales doc is now mobile friendly. Especially so our DJ, she also had this pet peeve. I was like, why can't I read the docs on mobile? And me, I am a nerd for docs. So I like reading documentations on my phone, but I couldn't do that with the doc of my most favorite thing. So I also helped fix that as well. And so yeah, you could all check that out. So one of the projects that was in R&D when I started as lead maintainer at Sales was Sales Shipwright, which is the modern asset pipeline for sales. How many of us know Grunt? Newer devs won't know, but how many of us know Grunt? Yeah, so no, yeah, so Grunt is just a like we've been using it in sales for assets. It was our asset pipeline. It still is, right? Our asset pipeline. And one of the things I wanted to do was move us from Grunt because it was like, oh, Grunt, no, old. I was like, no, we got to do better. So I started working on Sales Shipwright. I think before I was even announced as the lead maintainer. And if you've used the boring stack in any capacity, you are actually using Sales Shipwright. So what is Sales Shipwright? It's said to be the successor to the Grunt-based asset pipeline. It's built on RS, but yesterday someone asked me what is being used in the boring stack, and this is a Shipwright. And it uses RS build, which is an RS Pack powered build tool. And some of you might be thinking, why not Vite? When I tried using Vite, I experimented with a lot of things. I tried ES build, Vite, but RS build had a lot of things that I liked, which was stability. It was from a company who really ship software. So if you know ByteDance, they are the folks who are shipping TikTok and some other apps that are used by a lot of people. So they are the ones who made RS Pack and who also help give us RS build. So with RS build, out of the box, you have support for Less and SAS. I know people don't use Less and SAS no more. I don't because of Tailwind CSS, but we have to support sales users who use Less and SAS. So this was mandatory. So I had to make sure that was there out of the box. And CSS modules, all right? So you get this out of the box. And TypeScript. People who like TypeScript can use TypeScript in Sales front end as they like. Then hot module replacement. So this one was Augustine's pet peeve because when he started using the boring stack, he was like, dude, I gotta refresh all the time. I was like, yeah, like a caveman. But like, dude, you gotta fix this. I said, relax. So the folks at RSBit, I think the last version they released gave native support for hot module replacement, making it a breeze to use React with Svelte. And you have all that stuff. And it powers boring stack. I've been using it more than 6 months now, and it's running in prod. So you could check it out at the repo. So it's a hook, it's a sales hook, and it's being used right now. So for performance nerd, like, how does it compare between Vite? You know? Right. Yeah, this is for you. There's it. I could say it trumps Vite, and this, mind you, we're still not at measure. You get it, right? Good. So what shine is not always better. Yeah, let's move on. So the boring JavaScript stack is another thing that is new in Salesline. It's been new like a year plus, actually maybe 2 years because I was using it before I announced it. So say no to chasing JavaScript trends and just ship, man. Just ship. Get the Lambo. All right? So we all saw this yesterday as we won't go to it, but modern SP without an API embraces the client-server architecture, bring a UI framework, you know, batches included. You see, there's a whole war going on Twitter where I think the JavaScript, like, it's like Taylor Oswald came with, you know, very big gun, and the JavaScript were bringing toy guns, and like pew, 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 pew. That was just not really good argument against what he was saying. But I think if more people start using boring JavaScript, then we can say, yes, we have batteries included. We can do authorization, authentication, and ORM, emails, and payment, the things that real apps need, and not different ways to efficiently paint our rectangles. Ew. No more loading spinners, please. We need that. So no state management required in the boring stack. Sales Flash. How many of us know Flash messages, sessions? Session Flash messages. Okay, yeah, a few people. Yeah, I don't blame, you know, it's the ecosystem. So Flash messages, so if you're doing authentication, where you do session auth, not JWT, right? It's a way to store things so that when you are sending requests, you could send it and it can respond. So it has context on a user login at the time without JWT, all right? So I made a poll that usually was filled by everybody, but we took out sessions from sales, not sessions, Flash messages from sales, because people were confused in JavaScript land, like, how does Flash message really work? They were using it weirdly, but I used it in PHP. I love Flash messages because once you log in or you do something, I can flash a message to the session that you're in, and you see that message in your next request, but the other one, you won't see it. Beautiful. But JavaScript will be like, what session? So when I implemented validation in the boring stack, I was like, dude, session is going to make this really easy. So everything we did yesterday, when you saw the errors, those were sales flash error messages from the Flash. So I did a little bit of, it's a very lightweight sales hook. I just add Flash message to sales. And we use it in the boring stack today. So anytime you see an error message, you know that it's sales Flash. So that's also new as well. Then sales mail, you can't send mail in sales. In fact, in Node.js, you can send node mailer, guys, right? Node mailer. But I wanted the convention for easily sending. Elegant must be, when you're sending mail, it has to be beautiful because I like expressive code that makes sense. And that's why I love sales. So I was like, I need an excellent way to send mail that is unified in a sales application that also is adapter based. So you can plug in different adapters for like SMTP or any of your provider. So I built sales mail. I've been using it in prod for Hackfish. And it's an adapter-based unified transactional email API, multiple transport support, then flexible configuration. You could check it out at docs.salescloud.com/mail. Then SalesPay. So SalesPay also powers Hackfish. It's the same thing, the same principle. Beautiful, elegant, made easy way to accept payment. Because of course, you gotta accept payments, right? You have to accept payments. So that's Squiddy holding the chest with a dollar coin. And it's, like I said, adapter-based. Today, it supports Lemon Squeezy because I built what I need currently. Because I discovered that once you build stuff in context, you miss it. Like what JavaScript folks do all the time. They just build stuff in context. Like just think in theory. But practical needs. So I needed Lemon Squeezy support, so I built that first. So if anyone needs Stripe, you know, make an issue, then we could work on it together. PayPal, I plan to support Stripe, PayPal, Paystack, Flutterwave, and all the rest. So yeah, that's the link to get it. So if you're interested. Sales Quest. So this one, I'm also on a quest for this one. So it's in R&D and coming soon. So we have something called Sales Script, which lets you have JavaScript function and you can run them as shell script. That way you could have cron jobs, right? Cron jobs queues and stuff. You could have it. But again, I want elegance. I want adaptable. So I'm working on Sales Quest, which is seamlessly schedule jobs, tasks, and scripts in your sales application. It's going to support a lot of scheduling backends like Redis. And it's going to leverage Sales Script, like I said. It's based on Brie. I don't know if you all know Brie. So Brie.js is an awesome project by the folks who made Ghost. The blogging platform. Yeah, so they have this elegant stuff called Brie. It's a Node.js JavaScript task scheduler. I like it because it uses worker threads. So worker thread runs things off the main thread. So you just do stuff. It doesn't affect your app's cycle. So it's good. So human-friendly scheduling. So you could do like, okay, send this in 1 hour, not to write cron jobs like a caveman. I hate cron jobs. Do you all like cron jobs? Do you like writing cron notation? It's very, I never get it right. I gotta Google the stuff. Yeah, so that's okay, I don't think that link is up. Don't go there, it's 404. I haven't shipped the docs. Then sell SQLite. We all know the rise of SQLite, right? SQLite for everything, and I'm like, you know what? Let's bring SQLite to sales. So I'm going to collaborate with one of the people who know how to do SQLite right. So SQLite is great. It's one of all those absolute truths. No need to do Postgres. No need MongoDB. SQLite forever. It's lightweight. Not every application can use SQLite, but it shines in where it shines, right? So it's going to help me fine tune it for the web, give me all the things that make it look good, then I'll bring it to sales. So everybody like SQLite can use things like TorsoDB as well, and you know, in the application. Also in R&D, because why not? And so it's going to be a new waterline adapter, supports most managed SQLite platforms like TorsoDB, fine-tuned with best practices for efficient SQLite on the web. Sailboat. Sailboat was my first contribution, okay, maybe one of my first contribution to the sales ecosystem. It's a VS Code extension that gives you a lot of good DX when you're using sales in VS Code. But not sadly, fortunately, it's going to be deprecated because I will be working on sales language tools. So sales language tools is going to be an official language tooling for sales. All right? It's going to be available for VS Code and any editor that supports the language server protocol. Right? It's going to be high-performance sales language tooling based on Vola.js. So Vola.js is another tool from the Vue ecosystem that gives you a framework to author editor tools, right, for different languages. So Astro use it, Vue use it, and I think MDX use it as well. So it's going to give you diagnosis for sales, because there's a lot of things in DX-wise for sales that I don't really like because of how we're spoiled with the new and shiny. So I want to bring a little bit of those magic that I like into sales, starting with the editor, great editor tooling, auto-completion, and better EJX support. EJX rocks, is really good for what it does, it's very performant, but the editor tooling it sucks. And I was actually talking to a language tool expert, and she said, dude, there's a reason why EJS sucks, because it's hard to create tool for, but I want to absorb that pain for the community so we can all have a better experience using sales. Then we're going to have a language server, and I'm going to try to leverage node machines to make sure that everything works well for everybody. Yeah, AI. So AI is the rave, right? We're all going to build AI power tools, AI wrapper on ChatGPT. I know. You say you're building AI, you're just doing API calls. I know you do it. But why not? AI is here to stay. So I want to like have sales developers also have elegant experience, because there's something about sales, how we write sales application is very expressive. Is you can just write it and go to sleep because you're sure it works. So I want to bring that to AI. So for those who want to build AI-powered products, you're going to have it easy with Sales AI. So it's going to be adapter based. Of course, I'm using the same pattern as everything I've built, that you can just plug and play different AI providers like OpenAI, Claude AI, Gemini. It's going to be very easy to integrate your LLMs and all that stuff. So I'll be announcing these, like you all see all the R&D I'm coming soon. So I'll announce when they happen. So this is a lot of work, but it's a passion project to make the sales ecosystem very rich and all this. Yeah. So everything we've spoken about is powered by this extensibility of sales, using hooks, adapters, generators. I really need to do a course on Sailsconf.com about all this, because sales is so extensible. It's just amazing. Yeah, you all have heard me tease about Project 50. No, it's still going to be a tease. The announcement is July. You're not going to get it right now. But, boo to you too. So, Project 50 is going to be coming out July 3rd. Why I wanted to mention is it may or may not have something to do with sales. So that's your tip. So these are my partners. Render, a partner with me to make Project 50 possible. Also Century and on board base. I'm going to be using Lemon Squeezy because I like them for payments. And I'm giving away a lot of teas. I think people might guess. So I really want to see what you all will guess. I'm using Prime V and Prime React as well. Whatever that means, let it mean. Yeah, so this event, the very first Sailsconf Africa, which we are in, this is the last day, and I'm sure you all have been having great times, right? Yeah, go ahead, Kraft. We have 50 plus folks in attendance. In fact, I'm not even counting the folks online. In fact, it would be like, yesterday we had over 500 plus people who streamed it. All right, so it was crazy. And I'm really happy at what we've been able to do. And yeah, so we did just Nigeria for this MVP. So I ran Sailsconf Africa 2024 as an indie hacker. So this is our MVP. And I think it's a very successful MVP, right? Right? Yeah. Yes. Simple, love, and complete, right? I love it. But what about Sailsconf Africa 2025? What do you think we can do there? I want to announce the date for it already. So this is what we're going to have. May 22 to 24, 2025. It's going to be 3 days. 2 days of workshop. Like, that, let Captain continue. I didn't have time to have to switch to workshop. We're going to have time. We're going to have really amazing workshop. 2 days. Who love that? Let me hear it. And this, like I said, 3 days. 2 days workshop. 1 day of talks. Yes. Talks. 500 plus people is who we're going to have here, of course. Yeah, and it's not just going to be Nigerians this time. All across Africa. And this goal is a 900% increase of what we have here today. So it's a very ambitious one. But you all know I just like, being ambitious and all. So it's going to take all of us to bring this, to make it a success next year. Of course, we can't use here, though. So, but we're going to have somewhere really very elegant. All right? So, yeah, thank you. You could scan the QR code. You want to follow me on X. Yeah, yeah, for sure. You can also join the Sailsconf Discord if you have questions on anything sales. And yeah, get all the slides will all be available in this Google Drive, so you could just scan it and just watch that space. I'll upload mine immediately. QA. That's 5 times. Okay, 3 more minutes. Hit me. Who have a question?
Okay, thank you very much, Kelvin.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just have one question. Mm-hmm. How do you find time to do all of this?
It's the grace of God. So the thing is, I think you could do more with less if you just believe you can. And everything happening, I am still at peace, I am not stressed. I just feel like when you leverage processes, automations and stuff, like yesterday I was on stage, someone was like, "You're tweeting on stage, how do you do that?" I'm like, dude, robots, automations, right? And I have amazing teams. I have my amazing hosts, I have the DJ, I have like people supporting me. And folks, I just believe in the dream because I'm a dreamer. I just like to dream. And if I dream, I just want to see it happen. And there are people around who also makes it possible. So I just have to find time to do all this. I just believe it's possible. I just start itching at it. Like today, as soon as I've announced the date for Sailsconf 2025, plan starts now. Right? Plan starts now. So there's no rush. We're going to have an amazing event. So that's how.
Yeah, I do have one question. One of the batteries, I think for... okay, my question is to Sales Flash.
Okay.
For the Flash SMS.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there's a support for push notification under that particular battery.
Okay. Yeah, so Sales Flash is more of like a session thing. We have support for WebSockets, which could do that. But when push notification, I like for you not to use WebSocket for it. You just use like a provider, SNS and all those stuff.
Yeah.
So what we can do, which is something I'm really interested in, is to have first-party support for those. So all those different providers, you can have it and use it on sales. You just have to connect them with their different adapters, and it works.
That's fine.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Now go enjoy your lunch.
Thank you so
There's a
much,
question?
Kelvin, for that.
No, don't go nowhere.
Dude, you?
Chill. No, it's
Okay,
just simple.
sorry.
So it's actually something that relates to the sales language tooling.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So a friend of mine yesterday asked the question. It's because I was very interested in it yesterday. You know, as we were writing the boring JavaScript stack, we didn't have auto-suggestion, linting, and all those kind of. So I just want to ask, like, will this sales language tooling really get to...
Yes, it supports it will be very complete. In fact, it will feel as if you're writing TypeScript. Because with the language server protocol, I can have very contextual things. So autocomplete, squiggly, and all that stuff comes with the language server.
That makes sense. So we can write our model with auto-suggestions.
Yes.
Makes sense. Thanks.
Awesome. All right, I'm out.
Yes, you can. Thank you so much for that, Kelvin. Please, once again, let's give a round of applause to Kelvin for that amazing session. Thank you so much. Please, let's say thank you so much, Kelvin.